Okay, so I'm just going to walk you through kind of what I think is the best way to start the actual coding part. You should have all your content pretty much planned out and some, kind of sketches of what you want the page to look like based on what you know how to code or what you're comfortable coding. So this is the web playground through Grok, and you should have a link to it when you log into your account now. It'll be kind of added to the assignment here. Now, all this is, let's go to the first page. All this is our blank pages for you to code on. So since what I want to end up happening is I want your final website to be in the Playground 1 so that I know where to look for it. If I were you, I would start in Web Playground 2, and then you can use all these ones to test things out and play around and fool around. And then once you know what you're doing, you can put everything into Playground 1. It's up to you, however you want to work it out. But I want the end result to end up in the Playground 1. So I'm going to go into Playground 2 just to get started here. So this should be very intuitive to you. It looks like everything else we worked on. They set you up with 3 pages. Now, right now, you're not going to worry about this. We are going to learn JavaScript. That's what this is for. But we're not doing that now. Right now, index would be your main page. The CSS, you've got one CSS page. But the requirement for this assignment is to have at least 2 pages. So you can ignore this script one. Index is where your first page would be. And this is how you would add one. So if you click the plus button here, you're going to add another file. You can call it page 2. You can call it whatever you want. I'm going to call it page 2. Don't forget to put your .html so that the system understands that it's an HTML page. So now you've got page 1 and page 2. And you can add as many pages as you want because 2 pages is the minimum, but knock yourself out if you would like to have more pages. But you're going to use this main CSS page is going to be linked on all of your HTML pages. This is where all your styling is going to go. So if we start out on the index page, if you go back to the website project page, the requirements, it shows you here that each page must initially be set up with this structure. So your best bet would be to just copy that and go back to Grok and then paste it here. And then actually, while you're there, paste it here too. So now you've got it in both places. This link already links to your main style sheet, so you're all set with that. So for instance, if we go to the main page, this is your index page, and let's just say within the body I put in a header just to fool around with. Oh, so one of the things, just so you know what I do, and I have talked to some of you about this, is when I put in an opening tag, I always put the closing tag right after it. So like if I'm going to put in a header, I'll type in H1, and then I usually go like space down 2 and do my closing tag so that it's right there, so that it doesn't, oh, that was good, so that it doesn't yell at you. Actually, I don't know why it spaced over like that. Okay, it doesn't matter. Anyway, and then I can put my heading in here. So I'm just going to say this is page 1. So, and now you can see in your preview that this pops up at the bottom as my heading. And if I go into the main, this is your style page, and if I go in here to style, and this is the other thing I do all the time, is I'll put my curly brace down there, and then I go in and I put my closing curly brace. So once again, so that it doesn't yell at you right away. And then I could do something like change the color, and obviously, and this works. So the main CSS page is going to be the styling for all your HTML pages, as many as you have, just one CSS page. Ignore the JavaScript page. We're not doing that now. Index is your first page, and once again, you can call your pages anything else you want. Now, you have to come up with a way to link these pages together. This course did not go into actual like drop-down navigations, which you could, if you wanted to get fancy, you could look up on the web somewhere how to do a drop-down navigation, but you don't need to. Just create buttons. It taught you how to do buttons. You could do buttons or just have your link between pages some other creative way. I put on the page the actual Grok page to go back to for the links to make sure you did that. Now you also are going to have pictures so to your pages, and to do that over here you're going to click on the plus button again. And if you type in the name that your picture is going to be called, So I'm just going to call a dog, but then you'd have to put in the .jpg. As soon as you put that in, it's going to ask you to choose your file. So you click there to choose the file from your computer to upload to use as a picture. Then in your link, in your picture link, you would have the name of that as a file. Well, all right, let me just see if I can find a picture. Oh my gosh, I have a million pictures. Let's see, I'm just going to put in, all right, we'll just put this picture in. I don't know if that's a picture of anything. It's a picture of Doctor Who, I think. Yeah, so there's a picture of Doctor Who. It's not really a dog. But anyway, it uploads your picture, so then when you go into your pages, you can use those pictures in your wherever it is you want in your website. And once again, you use as many pictures as you want. You can make this as fancy or as fabulous as you possibly can. So let me know if you have any questions. Once again, I started this in Web Playground too, but once you've got it the way you want, you can just like copy the whole page and put it back into Web Playground 1. If you're confident and you want to just start in Web Playground 1, that's fine. But just know that your final web page has to be in Web Playground 1. At the end of this first module that you're actually coding, I want you to have spent at least 2 hours fooling around with this, but it should not be anywhere near finished yet, because you will have 3 more hours next the next rotation to finish it up. And I do want you to be spending altogether about 5 hours coding this. So have a great time. Let me know, and I'll be around.